Hello everyone, this is Irie Babel. Welcome back. Today we'll take a look at the Rotheneuf statues, the carved rocks of St Malo, France. There are many things to do in St Malo. St Malo is famous because it is the birthplace of the legendary sailors and privateers from the Middle Ages, such as Jacques Cartier, the man who discovered Canada. It boasts beautiful beaches, rich history, and rocky coastline, dotted with sailing and fishing boats. But nothing as unique and as amazing as what one can find in the village of Rotheneuf. The village of Rotheneuf is located just 5 kilometers on the outskirts of Saint Malo in Brittany, France, not far from the village of Concale, also just northwest from well-known Mont St Michel. This former fishing village gets its name from a family of privateers, smugglers, and nobles, the Rotheneufs, who use this natural port as a dock for their nefarious activities. Why is this village so famous? Well, one of which is people love to visit the Pont de Christ. Just a short walk from the center of the village on the La Littoral coastline, it's like discovering a treasure in a secret cove. It's located on the path to the left of the restaurant, leading down to the sea. The top of the path may be somewhat accessible, and to those like me who may have various mobility problems, you may continue down to the point on which it becomes too rocky to continue. It is not, however, handicap accessible, wheelchair or stroller accessible. If you are able, please take care. The walking path along the sea is indeed spectacular. It is a definite not to miss. On the opposite path down through the restaurant and hotel area sits a jewel. The carved rocks of Rotheneuf attract visitors from all over the world who come not only to meander the amazing walking paths along the cliffs down to the sea, but to admire the work of art, the art of Adolphe Julien Fourier, born in 1839 in Brittany, St Malo, near Saint Malo. Known as the carved rocks of Rotheneuf, or Les Rochers Sculptures, there is a guided tour to the Seaside sculptures, and the only entrance is a small one with a dedicated member selling souvenirs asking a modest fee to gain entry. The fee is just a simple €2.50, which assists in the maintenance of the site. The entrance is on the same path as the restaurant. I did an unaccompanied walk, but be sure to check the entry's time as they close for lunch. And the entry sits just below La Benetton Restaurant Terrace and La Maison de Benetton Hotel. After attending a seminary in Rennes, Abbé Fourier, he was ordained as a priest in 1863 under the name Abbé Fourier. He exercised his ministry in various municipalities in the region until the end of 1894. After a stroke, when he was forced by parishioners to retire due to partial hearing loss, he was appointed as a regular priest of Rotheneuf. In 1896, isolated by his disability, the Abbé Fourier began a monumental work sculpting rocks which dominate the area of the seaside cliff in Rotheneuf. When the weather prevented him from sculpting outside, he made wood sculptures in his hermitage. Abbé Fourier sculpted up to 1907, but was forced to stop all activity due to stroke paralysis and difficulty in speech. He then died in 1910 at the age of 70. The carved rock of Rotheneuf are considered art, brut, or naive art. He was self-taught. He had no formal training. Abbé Fourier was said to be inspired by the shape of the rocks, his historical and geography knowledge acquired at seminary, and the local press really brought forth in his artwork. 14 years of work was needed to bring out the rocks. Some 300 figures, the sculptures represented historical figures of the late 19th century, members of the Rotheneuf family, dragons, sea monsters, pirates, marine creatures. In particular, he carved the President of the South African Republic, Paul Kruger, the French explorer from Saint Malo, Jacques Cartier, and many Breton saints. Many sculptures of the carved rocks of Rotheneuf have long since crumbled, and many of the work is now in danger of total annihilation. Today, some sculptures have lost their colors, and only 180 of them are still visible. Erosion, salt, wind spray, mosses, and lichen, as well as the repeated passage of visitors, have gradually destroyed his work. An association was created in 2010 to fight the preservation of Abbé Ferrer's work, named the Association La Mère de Louvre de Abbé Ferrer. Note, although the village and the restaurants above the carved rocks are handicap accessible, the coastal walk paths is not, however, accessible for small children, babies in strollers or wheelchair. Bring good walking and hiking shoes with some grip. And if you have mobility problems or difficulty with knee pain as I do, I suggest walking poles and the use of the backwards crawl method to go down. The location is a short distance from the entrance just below the restaurant terrace. It's a downhill walk on a sometimes steep rocky path with no handholds on cliff face above the sea. There's no toilets available except at the restaurant, and free parking is available nearby in the village. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you enjoy your visit to this area. And please, as always, have a great go at adventure and keep traveling. Thank you to TC for your assistance with filming. A bientôt. See you next time.